speaking of Kamala, right? How do you feel about her? Because I know you made a comment earlier saying that she don't claim her black side.
House Nick, just like Barack Obama, they do what they need to do to stay close to the white power structure. She made a career locking up black people.
The specific issues that have resulted in the greatest disparities. And we understand that that's part of why we're doing it. Listen, the reality also is this. Any policy that will benefit black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
Boy, I think the Democrats have overplayed their hand this time when it comes to identity politics. They really thought they could parade Kamala Harris out to the black community and expect to have black folks jump on board. I'm not talking about the ski-wees, the fraternities and the sororities and those folks. I'm talking about real black people. People that are not swayed by fraternity letters. I'm talking about those people. These people are not feeling Kamala Harris at all.
I'm poking fun at her because she can rarely be found speaking up for black people. My issue ain't her being mixed race. Nobody's responsible for how they come into this world. My issue with her is not identifying with her people. I remember another interview I saw with Kamala Harris, Art, and she said, somebody asked her, what are y'all going to do for black people? And she said, we can't pass laws just for black people.
The specific issues that have resulted in the greatest disparities. And we understand that that's part of why we're doing it. Listen, the reality also is this. Any policy that will benefit black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
She said this. We can't do things just for black. Well, Kamala Harris, can I ask you a question, Madam Vice President? If the Democratic Party can't do anything just for black people, why did y'all pass a law only for Asians? Why did y'all pass a law only for Native Americans? Why did y'all pass a law only for transgenders? Why did y'all pass a law only for LGBTQs? Why did y'all pass a law only for immigrants? If you can't do anything just for black people, this is what she said. It came out of her mouth. If you can't do anything just for black people, how was it possible for you and President Biden to do all these other things for specific ethnic groups in this country from whose benefit no other group can take anything from?
Because that's a lie. Like I've said over and over and over again on this channel, Democrats, liberals, progressives, Marxists do not care about black people. They insult the intelligence of black people every 2 to 4 years by going into your community, going to your cookouts, going to your fish fries, going to your church, and claiming to be with the black community. No, 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 no. They only use the black community for their political benefit to acquire and retain power. Why do you think the community stayed the same for 60 some odd years? Because they do what the Democrats have just done. They think they can just place anybody, anyone in your face, and because they have black skin, because they look like you, you're gonna vote for them. That is insulting. That insults your intelligence. That paints the picture, that gives off the message that they think you're stupid, that they think they can do anything and everything to you and you'll still vote for them. Like I've used the analogy over and over and over again. It's like that abusive spouse who thinks that they can do anything and everything to you, but yet you will never leave. And that's how they've treated the black community for 60 some odd years. And yet still, you have a number of black folks that are still turn out for the Democrats solely because they nominated a woman who claims to be black.
Before y'all Democrats start trying to play the race card, I want y'all to understand this. Kamala is not black. Her kids is not black. Her husband is not black. She does not come from black culture. So don't tell me I got to support Kamala Harris because she black. The race pandering from the Democratic Party got to stop. It's really that simple. Thank you for listening.
So y'all get in here. President Biden done dropped out of the race. He endorses Kamala Harris. Kamala have not done anything but laugh for the last 3.5 years. She ain't did nothing but laugh her way through the last 3.5 years. I mean, and the dialogue, the talks that she did do or have was so misconstrued, couldn't understand them. Most of the time, nobody knew what she was talking about. Y'all, come on. Is Kamala, is she the one? Is she who America wants to hold nuclear codes?
Now, why should you be offended? You would think, oh, well, yeah, we black people, we supposed to support our black folk. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, let me explain something to you. You should be offended beyond rapport because of the fact that somebody is willing to put someone in a seat for their color, even when they're not qualified to do a favor for you. Let me explain to you how the last 4 years have went. Up 3, coming into this 4. Let me explain something to you. So for the first three years, Kamala has not cared about the black community. Okay? Kamala and Biden have been doing everything in their power to support illegal immigrants.
Man, if you love black people, if you love black women, you would not want Kamala Harris to stand for president of the United States, you know. If you love black women and support black women, you wouldn't want Kamala Harris to serve as president of the United States.
Ain't nobody voting for Kamala Harris, y'all. I don't know why y'all keep saying vote for Kamala Harris. It's not happening. She would never step foot as the president ever in her life. And for black people to vote for the Democratic Party, regardless of how you put it, is stupid. Y'all don't know the history of the Democratic Party. They've never been for black people, ever.
And that last brother was right. The Democratic Party has never been for black people. They were the ones that wanted to keep slavery. They were the ones that instituted Jim Crow. They were the ones that started the state-sanctioned violence through the KKK. They're the ones that have pushed for these things that have destroyed the black community. They were the ones pushing for the New Deal. They were the ones pushing for the Great Society. They're the ones pushing the LGBTQ plus agenda in the black community. They're the ones pushing the transgender agenda in the black community. They are the ones that have destroyed the black community. And they've utilized the church plant pastors. You didn't think I would leave them off the hook, did you? They utilized these church plant pastors to execute their diabolical agenda, their schemes in the black community. And what do black people do by and large? They're still gonna go and vote democratically because they identify with a sister running. Please. That is why black people have constantly been in a second-class state. And I'm gonna tell you something else too. You know how Hispanics have become the leading minority group in America. I'm gonna tell you this. Asian Americans are about to overtake black people too. We're about to be overtaken by Asian Americans. I'm talking about the Indians. I'm talking about the ones from Southeast Asia. Those are the ones that are about to overtake the black community. And why do you think that is? Because those other groups do not let the government dictate to them like black people do. They don't let one party constantly play with their emotions, constantly use them and manipulate them for political power. They don't. But we constantly bend the knee to the Democratic Party and expect something different. That is insulting. That is an insult to our intelligence. We're not victims. We are empowered for greatness.